Hello everyone and welcome to RLH GT Sport. Welcome to round number 9 at the Nurburgring, and Philip is saying as usual he has trouble with every single thing that he does. But everyone, welcome to RLH, welcome to the GT Sport section of it. And Philip, we do not want to change track because we are at the prestigious Nurburgring Grand Prix layout circuit, not the Nordschleife that we all know and love, but the shortened version. And Philip, please shut up. Hello everyone, and this is just 2 days after the Classic Cup Championship that we had. Hopefully this stream won't be as long as last one, 1 hour and 50 minutes. Hopefully this should be quickly done, 1 hour stream, so you can guys, as well as me, can get on with our lives after it. But one person's already watching. Hello to the people watching the stream, if you're watching after or not. But that is a beautiful livery, by the way, from Freddie. And I don't know why I'm telling America, but Freddie now coming through to start his lap. I don't know any of the corner names, but those two are basically the championship fight, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. But Keelan is still there in P3 behind, and we know that Keelan wants to win this championship as well. So the top 3 on the track at the moment are the top 3 basically in the championship, if we want to look at it from the final race, what it probably will look like at the final race. But let's ride on board now with Freddie starting his lap as he goes down into turn number 1. You can see the Mercedes grandstand on the left hand side going down into turn 1. It's basically a hairpin. Get the car swung around as much as possible, and now you're going to turn 2, which is flat. You are going as fast as you can through there, no lifting off, and then braking into turn 3. Very shallow apex for turn number 3, and then you meet turn 4 pretty shortly, riding over that as much as possible and riding out onto a bit of a shortcut there, if you could say, into turn number 5, I do believe, turn number 6 and 7, and then into turn number 8 at the bottom, the hairpin, as Freddie now runs out wide, making sure he uses all the track possible. Now down into turn, I don't know, I've completely forgot turns at this point, so we're now going to go into the hairpin turn. Why am I saying turns? I don't know the turn names because I haven't looked at this track long enough. But anyway, now we're going to the Michael Schumacher S's, as it does say on our right hand side. So anyway, going through the S's right now and braking at the 100 meter board down into the other 2 S's. You could call it chicane almost there, as we come through to the slingshot onto the back straight now. And will we reaching speeds of what speed shall we be reaching? Let's have a look. Down the straight, Freddie just revving his engine as much as possible. We'll be reaching speeds of 148 miles an hour before braking down to gear number 2 to finish the lap off. Coming up once again and towards the final corner we go. What lap time will we see from Freddie, and then what will we see from the rest of the pack? Freddie coming around the final corner now. Dynamic Racing is very close behind, so Dynamic Racing has probably gone quicker, 8 tenths quicker than Freddie, and that is a good thing so far for him. Looks like Keelan's had a bad lap. Wesley's 5 tenths slower, and Keelan is 6 seconds slower, meaning that he must have made some kind of mistake. Let's have a look at Schmidt and Phil. They're both coming across the line. We know Phil's pretty quick at this. Let's have a look. Schmidt goes 4th, now Phil actually goes 4th after that. We need to wait for Alex and Philip at the end of this. Alex is going into the pits. Looks like he's had a bit of damage of some kind, and Philip basically adjusting everything he can. Coming around the final corner now. What lap time will he set? We're not really sure at the moment. It's up to the line now, and his Mercedes, he will get, well, has he set a lap? He hasn't even set a lap. I think he was invalidated or something. But I'm going to quickly grab myself a drink and I will be back. experiencing a lap with dynamic racing. Now we're coming to the end of the lap as I put my headphones on. Dynamic racing, it's a bit of an iffy part out of the final corner, but I believe Fretty's in front of him. So let's have a look. See if Fretty does improve on his lap time. Up to the line now. Will he improve? He does improve by 0.2 of a second, and dynamic racing does not improve on his lap time. But can Wesley improve on his? Up to the line, yes he does. He's only 0.3 off Fretty now, 0.9 off pole. Keelan up to the line, this is going to be quick. He actually doesn't. He's at 1.7 seconds off. Up to the line now for Phil for his second lap. And Phil does improve. Let's have a look at Alex. Alex is just there. Without Schmidt, I'm not sure if Schmidt did improve, but we still need to have a look at Philip. Philip being the only person not to set a lap time yet. And it looks like this isn't the quickest lap from the Croatian driver. But it will come around the final corner to, yeah, it's looking not the best of lap times. This is ghosting, showing not amazing speed through here. Let's have a look up the line. Does he get a lap time on the board? He does. 8 seconds off the pace though, and we'll just have to keep on moving out. So the gap is actually not too big between dynamic racing and Fretty at the moment. Welcome the other person who's joined the stream, and Wesley with a beautiful Subaru, almost looking like the WRC if it was a bit more green and a bit less yellow. Why am I saying WRC? It's not. It's a GT3. It's just a Subaru Impreza, I do believe though. Keelan now. He said he's going to be a bit rusty, but we'll just see what he's got to offer now, shall we? The 96 Side Max Motorworks car coming through towards. He's run on the gravel actually. That is not good for his tyres whatsoever, and it won't let me change tyres according to Philip. Bit peculiar. Hopefully we can get that sorted before the end of the session. Anyway, up to the line, and Wesley coming into the pits is dynamic racing and Fretty. They're literally just slipstreaming each other this way. Let's have a look at Keaton. Keaton's also in the pits. Phil coming up to the line. Let's have a look what Phil can do. The number 74 with a beautiful livery on his Ford. Let's have a look up to the line. Will he be able to improve on his lap time? 2.6 seconds off pole. And he does improve by 0.5 of a second. And let's have a look at Schmidt as well. Schmidt actually improved by about a second. Great improvements from him in the Alpha. We've got yellow flags up ahead, and I'm not sure who that's for. But at the moment, these two, one of them will need to back off at one point because they are getting very close to each other. And the dirty air will take into effect if they're not careful. So into the hairpin now, and let's have a look at everyone. And so Fretty, this is just compromising. This is now compromising on dynamic racing a bit now, as Fretty not having the best hairpin possible, as Philip seems to have got out of the pits now, which is nice to see. Fretty hitting the gravel a bit there, so he won't be happy with that. Dynamic racing though is really getting compromised by Fretty now, and hopefully one of them will back out of it at the end of this lap maybe, to give the other one a go. But what's the thing? I want both of them on at the same time. Look at this, he's actually getting a slipstream now. So it was compromised, and now it's turning into a slipstream, breaking now down into the chicane, and it's looking like Dynamic Racing's just getting it all right and Fretty's getting it all wrong, as Dynamic Racing doesn't peel into the pits, but Fretty does. Oh, they're both, bit mischievous from the both of them, as Fretty doesn't come into the pits, but Dynamic Racing does. Anyway, up to the line then. Fretty's now starting another lap time. He's still in P2, and it looks like it will not improve on this lap. But let's have a look. Actually, he's looking. Nah, he's not improving on this lap, and this is probably his cool down lap to come into the pits. Wesley Van Rens in P3 at the moment. Let's have a look at the actual timesheets, if I can find them. Live time, and there you go. So the eight racers today. Keelan's going to be crossing the line next. We'll have a look at his on the timing graph, but he's now just finishing his final sector. Will he improve on his lap time? He does not improve on his lap time, but people are going green all around as we see. Maybe someone in the comments. Let's have a look. So everyone's on the super softs except for Keelan and Phil, and also Alex. They're all on the soft compound tyres, and at the moment Philip on the super softs. So the best laps ranging from a 54.1 all the way down to a 2-minute 2.8. So how many laps should we be expecting? Let me just think. So it's around a 2-minute lap, and it's 40 minutes. So about 20 laps we shall get from this session. Maybe 21 or 22 if these drivers are quick enough in the race. But also we've got to put a pit stop into account here. So it could be closer. And yeah, no worries, as two people are just talking in the chat. Everyone's just out at the moment, just doing their laps. And how long do we have left? I believe we did start late, so we must have about 6-7 minutes left at least. So we're just going to have a look at everyone as we're now coming through towards the end of Phil's lap. Is he coming through the Schumacher S's? Who is in front at the moment? I believe it's Dynamic Racing. Yes, it is. I believe he's about to start a lap, if I'm not mistaken, to ride with him. As one person who should be here is actually watching Stormzy right now, so nice to see. But Dynamic Racing up to the line, and I do believe he is on an out lap. So here we go then for the start of Dynamic Racing lap. We actually rode on board with Dynamic Racing, so we shall do now then on his HUD display, as he's probably doing the same right now. So we are literally seeing the view that Dynamic Racing is seeing. If we just change that, that is basically the view that he's seeing without the top graphics. So now Dynamic Racing coming through towards turn number 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're now coming to turn 5, I do believe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's turn 5. Now we're coming to turn 6 now. I'm just doing a bit of counting on my fingers, and my TV's like to shut down. I don't know where my remote is because I dropped it while doing some time trial around Britain on F1 2019, because that's one of the things you need for the qualifications into the RLH F1 season. You need to complete lap times around 3 circuits. Those circuits are Britain, Singapore, and also as well as Brazil in the wets. So that's nice to see that we're having a good combination. So let's have a look at the end of Dynamic Racing lap. Now we're coming to the end of the Schumacher S, and now down the slingshot. As you can see, just over the horizon line, a bit of the Nordschleife on your left hand side there. And that is nice to see as well. Breaking now down into the chicane for Dynamic Racing. Will he be able to improve on his lap time though? That is a question that everyone will be asking. It looks like a pretty clean lap from him so far. Anyway, coming through the final corner now. Let's have a look. Will he be able to improve on his lap time? 0.7 gap, and he's actually made it. He's improved by about 6 thousandths of a second, so not a substantial increase. And now, oh, it's Wesley comes in between these two. Wesley Van Rent coming up into P2, only 0.3 now of Dynamic Racing. A great result so far in the qualifying sessions for Wesley, as that is a great lap to show, and maybe he could be the third competitor. As Broomer says, big up Spag. I hope you're enjoying Stormzy, Broomer, and I'm having a guess you probably won't be able to hear it, and I'm getting a bit of dinner. Thank you very much. Can I have some tomato ketchup, please?
It's in it.
Oh, is it in it already? Lovely, thank you very much. As I'm eating dinner while commentating, this is a new for me. It's going to be nice to have a bit of dinner while commentating. What have I got here? What have I got for dinner? I've got a chicken wrap, lads. Yes, that is what we like to see. Chicken wrap in the house. Philip is just straight lining turn number 1 there, and that, my friend, is not how you do turn number 1. Let's have a look at Fretti as he's coming through the Schumacher S's now, as I eat a bit of my bit of my chicken wrap. As Fretti now does need to improve on his lap time. He could see dynamic racing in the distance, and obviously not getting a tow, probably not, because I believe the slipstream's unrealistic, not strong, so he won't get any kind of tow through there. And now dynamic racing comes to line. Let's have a look at the improves first, and then we'll go straight down to Ferretti. Will dynamic racing make that gap bigger? He does, my god. That is a massive gap. And Ferretti, 3/10 off it. Now Wesley's just been put back in his place as he comes into the pit lane. He thought maybe P2, but no, the two at the top have just smashed his time out of the park. And we haven't seen really a representative showing from Keelan, so we probably still need to see a good lap time from him as we're now ending the qualifying session. Will Phil be able to improve on his lap time? It's looking clean through these corners. Around the final corner now. Oh, he's losing a bit of the back end there. Up to line. Will Phil be able to improve on his lap time? He does by 0.4 of a second. Behind him is Schmidt. And he doesn't improve on his lap time. So at the moment, the top 6 are as follow: Dynamic Racing by Ferretti. And then after that, it's Wesley, then Keelan, then Phil, then Schmidt, then Alex, then Philip at the back of the grid at the moment. Is this Race Room? No, it's not. It's not Race Room. I believe you're talking about what game it is. This is Gran Turismo Sport, Ollie. Hope you stick around for the whole stream. As we now see, I'm not really sure what you're saying. Is Race Room like a community or a game? It's not. This is Racing League Cup. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Is Race Room a game or is it? Yeah, okay. This is GT Sport. I think I've got that right. I don't really know what Race Room is, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But hope you stick around for the stream, as we're definitely going to have the exciting battle between the top 3 drivers. As I'm eating a beautiful chicken wrap made by my mum. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. Probably need to stop eating yet. Anyway, drivers now coming in. I'm having a guess for the last stint of the session, and then we will be at the end of the session. Probably will start in about 2 minutes. So they've probably got one more lap in them. One more lap. Both of them now changing tyres for the last time. Dynamic Racing now coming out the pits. Over the line, has Wesley improved? It was around 8/10. It's still 8/10, so Wesley, I don't believe, has improved. And he'll have probably one more lap. Let's have a look at Keelan. Will he improve? Maybe it's the start of a lap for Keelan, so we'll keep an eye on that. Has Schmidt improved on his lap time? No, he's not at this current state in time. Let's have a look at Philip. Philip will be the next person to finish the lap, as he does run wide. That's not good for Philip. So we'll ride with Alex. It looks like a pretty clean lap so far from Alex, touch wood. We don't want any mistakes from drivers now. Coming through the end of the Schumacher Estes and onto the slingshot of a back straight. Up towards the chicane now, braking it around. Where are we saying? He was braking around the 125 metre board. Let's have a look how much Alex cuts the chicane. He actually is very, very obedient to the chicane, while other people are completely riding over it. This could lose Alex a bit of time, but while round the final corner Alex comes now, will he be able to improve on his lap time? 5 seconds off now, and it has improved by 0.6 of a second. Good gain for Alex there. So the top 3 at the moment: Dynamic Racing, Ferretti and Wesley. And P4 is Keelan. And I believe, well, I think personally that during the race Keelan will speed up a lot. I feel like if Keelan, so this is Keelan's basically warm up, because we know he can go quick. We know Keelan is very quick, hence he's won so many races so far. So is Dynamic Racing though. So anyone can win this. And Freddie now says finish laps, as we're now coming through to the end of the qualifying session. I believe Freddie's now starting a lap, and he'll probably be the last person to do a lap. Let me just type in the chat quickly. Who is last across the line? As I've just been invited to a Minecraft party, so no. Let's just say that as I'm commentating. Excuse them whilst we play. But everyone now finishing their laps. Let's have a look actually, because this will be Philip's last lap. Keelan will be the last person to cross the line as, yep, he's not even doing a lap. So Fretty will be the last person to cross the line, but then the first person across the line will be Philip. Up to the line now for the Croatian. Will he improve? He does improve by a second actually. Great improvement by Philip there. Alex up to the line. Alex does not improve on his lap time, and that will be his last of the session. Who will be next across the line? It will be Dynamic Racing actually. So let's see if he can improve. As Wesley's actually, wow, Wesley's actually beating Fretty by 0.006 at the moment. So that'll be something to fix for Fretty, let's just say, for him. So he'll be pushing his car to the max. Dynamic Racing will as well to make that gap bigger, and sure, he will get pole at the start of this session. Up to the line now for Dynamic Racing. Will he be able to extend his lead at the top? He does by 0.3 of a second. Wesley now comes into the pits. Who's the next person to cross the line? It will be Schmidt. So Dynamic Racing now probably guaranteed to start pole, unless Fretty just pulls something ridiculous out of his bag and has been hiding something. As Fretty actually starts the final, so he won't actually complete his lap. And Schmidt won't be able to finish his lap. Neither will Phil. So that will be your grid today. So let's go through the grid very quickly as we now start the RLH GT Sport round number 9 at what's the track? It's called the Nurburgring. Why have I forgot that? As you can see, a variety of skill levels in here. What we might like to see. More experience against the less experienced. As we're now going to start, and hopefully no one does donuts. Let's have a look. Philip's gone up the line. Woo! No one's doing donuts. That's what we like to see. Anyway, now. Here we go. 2, 1. And it's lights out and away we go for the start of the 40-minute sprint. Looks like Philip's had a pretty bad start at the back, but at the front now, Dynamic Racing is looking good to be first down into turn 1. Wesley will take P2, and maybe Fretty round the outside into turn 3. Turn 3, what am I saying, into, from P3 into P2 maybe. Keelan's actually still there. Keelan's had a bit of a moment, as Phil will be able to probably get something from there. No, he's not at the moment, P6. And there you go, I'm still eating lettuce, so that's why I'm not talking that much. And I've actually clicked something, and that's not good. But anyway, Dynamic Racing at the moment with the lead, and second is Fretty, and he can now see not Fretty, sorry, Wesley, and he can now see a massive train behind him coming through towards the hairpin now. Dynamic Racing's already got a 9/10 gap, and Wesley will be hoping to improve that, make sure, yeah, it's now only 7/10, so he's gained actually through that corner. Maybe Dynamic Racing had a bit of an off through the corner coming onto the back straight, if you can even call it that. It was just the one before the hairpin, as now it looks like everyone's now just trying to funnel through at the quickest speeds possible. Gap now is a second between the top two, as everyone's now going through towards the end of the Schumacher S's. Philip and Alex actually very close together, so that can be a battle to have a look at. As Philip runs a bit wide, and he's not really taking the real true racing line through there. But let's have a look. Will anyone be able to make a move maybe down into the chicane? No one really close enough at the moment. All the gaps are about 8, 9 tenths at the moment as we come through to start lap number 2 now. Wesley Van Ren still in P2. Nice to see someone else. Man likes bag. Hold tight, you know, Nicker. Oi, oi. You alright, Nicker? How you doing? Gap is now 5/10 of a second between Dynamic Racing and Wesley. Wesley doesn't look like he's got enough slipstream to catch up to Dynamic Racing. for this time. These two guys were fighting, remember, last time for the win at some point during the Circuit de la Sarthe race just 1 week ago. So these two are very matched on pace as Wesley is really mounting attack. Maybe Fretty's having a bit of... Oh, Wesley's trying to send it up the inside, baby. Maybe do a bit of a switchback now on Dynamic Racing. No, not at the moment. The gap is now 0.3 of a second, so it's getting very close between these two drivers. And let's have a look now at Dynamic Racing's backward view. It's close. It is close at the moment between these two drivers as he completely lets off through there. Does Dynamic Racing. Maybe a bit of fuel saving from the Englishman in the BMW M6. I'm not a Battle fan. Yeah, I can see that. As you're not actually in the race. You are somewhere else apparently. He's in Miami. Ah, nice to see. Why are you talking like this, Nicola? But anyway, now down into the end of the Schumacher exit once again, and Dynamic Racing isn't pulling the gap that we'd expect him to. And now Keelan and Phil are now getting involved. This could be a 5-horse race here. Phil's only 4 seconds off the lead. Obviously, everyone gets spread as the field moves on, because everyone obviously field spread is a thing, and obviously if you're having battle with someone, you're going to be further away from the car head. So that's why people like Schmidt and Alex and Philip are so far behind at this moment. Philip now 10 seconds behind the lead. That's not really a big margin. Renault's are like already 10 seconds behind at the end of lap 1 on F1. But anyway, down into turn 1 for the 3rd time today. Wesley will not be mounting attack at this point in time. Fretty and Keelan actually quite close together as they both use the curbing on the inside for a bit of turning power, as Phil is just holding on at the back there. But the main race at the moment is between these top two drivers, it's Subaru versus the BMW M6 now. Oh no! Has Wesley just hit something? I think Wesley's just hit something. Let's have a look now, actually. He's right on board with Wesley. He's just hit the inside. He's gone... Oh, no. That's not what you want to see. He's hit the inside barrier. Now Wesley, from being in P2, has now demoted himself up down into P5 after that mistake, and will not be happy with himself. He's got engine damage. Where's his engine damage? I haven't actually seen that yet. So not only is he now compromised on his downforce, he's now also compromised on his straight line speed due to that impact. That is absolutely shocking for him. So he will have to come into the pit, and that will not be good for him, as I'm eating, as you can see. Anyway, look at that crash. Keeping it real from us. So I'm gonna engine damage for a Subaru. No, never. Yeah. That's not what you see often. Let's just say that. Engine damage on GT Sport like that. I haven't actually seen that often, unless you have like a monumental crash. Gap at the top is 2.6 seconds, and then Keelan's another 2 seconds back from that. But then Phil's only 4/10 behind him, as Wesley sadly has to vacate into the pits for a long pit stop ahead of him. He's now coming into the pits every day for Subaru owners. Alright. Into the pits he now comes, and this will be a very long stop for Wesley. As you can hear, they're now fixing the engine, and now he's out of the pits. As a quick engine rebuild, he's only 26 seconds behind Philip and 43 seconds behind the lead, so that's a very quick engine rebuild. Gap at the top, it's stayed about the same for this bit, but let's have a look at this. Big battle at the moment is between Phil and Keelan. Keelan now surprisingly being on the podium, and Phil only 5/10 off a spot in the top 3. battles at the back as well between Philip and Alex. There's only a 6/10 gap between them two, so expect a good battle between them here. Alex with a very nice livery, to be fair. Look at that. I don't know if he made it himself, but Jesus Christ, that is amazing. Has incorporated the Firestone Nutella as well. He's had a bit of screening for the tyres there. That's probably not good to Philip. Let's go down the inside there, but you're not going to pass through there, Philip. Let's have a look between Phil. Oh, Keelan's got a penalty. Keelan's not looking good now. It's only half a second though, so it's not as bad as it could be. But now Phil has a safety buffer in knowing that Keelan has to slow down by 0.5 of a second during the next few laps, and then that will really damage him, unlike him, who can just push all the way. Keelan will be just subtly lifting off at some points, just to make sure he loses that time. Maybe does this quite strategically, maybe before corner exits, maybe through here if he can lift off maybe. He's not going to lift off actually, and Phil's actually got a really good exit out of here, but it's not going to be good enough to make any kind of move at this current point in time. Now breaking down into turn number 5, and Keelan is losing grip quickly. Gap between the top two, 3.2 seconds now, so 6 seconds have been gained in a lap. And these two are now spreading apart a bit. Field spread is coming a real thing, as now Keelan and Phil in a massive battle at the moment between them two. Let's have a look at how much Wesley gained. He's gained about 2 seconds on this lap to Philip and Alex. So let's just hope we continue to see that gap shallow, as we want Wesley to be in this as much as possible. Anyway, now Dynamic Racing coming through the slingshot onto the back straight now, reaching speeds of about 150 miles an hour, 148 miles an hour as he comes into the chicane. Very, very clean on exit there from the M6 driver, and behind him can even see Fretty in his mirrors now. It's a few seconds before he comes into the sight, so I'm still eating. But that is an astonishing lead so far. Fretty can literally not see any of them, but look at this! Phil is getting right onto the back, and Phil actually may go for a move if he's smart enough through here. Maybe down to turn 1, Keelan's had to go wide, and Phil's not obviously putting the power quick enough to compensate from Keelan going out wide and maybe gaining a bit more traction on the exit. But we'll keep running on board with Phil at this moment in time as I eat some broccoli. Phil's actually got a very good run here. Down he goes, down the inside of Keelan. Keelan trying to hold it around the outside. Has he gone into the gravel? He has gone into the gravel. As I'm still eating food, Phil has actually made a move on Keelan. Good move, Phil. As Keelan's been compromised on exit for the corner before the hairpin. Turn 6, I do believe. And now Phil's just taken that opportunity. He's now up onto the podium. Great move there, Phil. As a great move there, just putting your opponent under pressure and paying the results basically. That broccoli was nice, just to let you know. It was worth it. But anyway, back into the action now. Let's go through the order after 7 laps have been completed. So Dynamic Racing. Oh, is it Alex? Alex has made a mistake somewhere, because Wesley has closed up massively to these two. That is a gap he's created there. But let's have a look. Yeah, through the grid we go now. Dynamic Racing in P1, great lead so far for him. 5 seconds is now the gap. P2 is Fretty, P3 is Phil, and P4 is Keelan. Keelan not giving up with that. P5 is Smith, P6 is Philip, P7 is Alex, and P8 is Wesley, who is looking for the move. This could be done even before turn 1 if Alex isn't careful. They've both got the same straight line speed, but Wesley has had a better exit at the final corner. They're still going side by side, and Wesley now cuts off Alex, and a good move from Wesley, but he does have that penalty to conceal with, and he needs to get rid of that as soon as possible, but I don't think he'll get rid of it quite so soon, as these people still need to come into the pits. Look at that, hang on. What's happened to Phil? Oh, Phil completely lost it. Oh no! Phil's lost it at the end of turn 4. No, turn 5, sorry. The end of turn 5, coming onto the hairpin, he's completely lost that. Let's just go have a watch of that again. Yeah, he's completely just lost it on the exit. Maybe a loss of grip? I'm not really sure, but he's completely lost that. And now, yeah, so now, this is not looking good for Phil, as he's completely lost all the time he had made up. And now Phil is down into P number 5, I do believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's in P5. And let's just say Wesley will be able to benefit from that massively. Wesley get past Philip there, as we saw. Let's have a look at his move, just simple down the inside. I think Philip's actually run wide. Yes, he did. Philip did actually run wide. I mean, that Wesley could just go through and say thank you very much, and that is a complete move for Wesley there. What's happened to Nicker? Nicker's just gone insane. Phil now comes into the pits, and that is understandable due to his oh, he doesn't have a car. Is that a glitch? No, he is refueling. There you go. Philip is also refueling. Changed the tyres as well for Philip, and now he's just refueling his car before he comes out at the back of the grid. Now Wesley up into P5, and he's 43 seconds behind the lead. That gap has not extended, which is the main thing. That gap stayed around 44 seconds, so this could not be the end for Wesley, actually. So do not count Wesley out of this, in fairness. He's got clean air. What's he like in clean air? It's 44 seconds is the gap. Let's have a look if that's decreased or increased. 43.5, but remember he's got that penalty of a second. We just need to see when Dynamic comes into the pits. It's not going to be this lap, as he's on the racing soft compound tyres. So those tyres will at least go another few laps. His fuel is also quite on the good side at the moment, so I don't see him pitting quite so soon at the moment as he comes through towards turn number 1. Fretty's just coming and finishing in lap now. 24 minutes to go in this race. Can Wesley maybe try and do something? Can Wesley try and destroy this party? As Twitter seems not to be loading. I don't know if that's because of me, or is it because of the actual Twitter? I have no clue. I have no understanding of what. I am unable to can right now. But anyway, Fretty, what was his last lap time? It was a 57.8. Let's have a look at Wesley's last lap time, actually. He's got a bit more of a penalty. It was a 55.5. Let's have a look at Dynamic Racing's. His was a 56.8. Wesley getting a lot of time. Maybe because of the, excuse me, condition of the tyres. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm doing everything right now. Burping. Oh God, I'm dying, lads. Just tell my mum I love her. But Alex now coming into the pits for his pit stop, and that noise is not nice. Alex now comes to the pits at the end of his lap. Everyone now spring out a bit, as I believe we just saw Philip just come past. Yes, it was as Alex. Looks like he's had some kind of mistake. I don't know if that was from a previous event or that was quite recently. I'm not really too sure. But anyway, now Alex comes out of the pits a minute 30 behind Dynamic Racing, who's actually going through the final few corners right now. So coming out the final corner now for Alex, and that will be the end of his lap. And he's now got a 10-second gap to Freddie. Freddie must have made a mistake. That's the only explanation. Up the line, it was a 57 last time. What is it this time across the line? It was a 59. So Freddie's had a mistake of some kind in these last 2 laps, and that is not good for him. Schmidt, what was his last lap time? His last lap time was a 58.1. Up to line, it's now a 59.1. So lost a second that lap. And look at this, Keelan, I believe he's already pit, if I'm not mistaken. Has Keelan pit? Hang on, let's have a look at his tyres. He hasn't pit. What happened to Keelan? How did Schmidt get past him? He must have made a mistake of some kind in the laps prior to lap 10. As now we're halfway through this race. Halfway probably through the laps. We're probably +1, so around 21, maybe 22 if Dynamic Racing gets through fast enough. But where's Wesley? Gap is 48 seconds, so he's lost a lot of time in the past few laps. Let's have a look at his last lap time. It was a 2-minute 1, so he's lost a ton of time and he's made some kind of mistake. Has he got damage? He does not have any damage, which is good for him, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good for him with his chances of taking the win tonight, as obviously he had his crash earlier on and now it's just not looking good in the slightest for him. Let's just say that, as he comes down towards the hairpin now for the driver. But let's have a look. So Dynamic Racing, he still doesn't pit. I don't know why he's not, because we are at the halfway stage of the race now. I believe, will Freddie come into the pits? He will come into the pits at the end of this lap. So Freddie does take my advice, actually, that the halfway point we probably should pit. And now Freddie going on to another set of tyres. Will it be the same Racing Supersofts that you had on before, or will he go on to the soft compound tyres? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Coming into the pits now. Is he going to the same tyres? Will we see it? Not yet. We'll have to see when he comes out of the pit lane. And that will be the end of his pit stop, as he's now just refueling for the end of the race. So he'll probably do just over 3/4 of fuel, as I said. And he's on the soft compound tyre, actually. He doesn't believe the Super Softs are the best tyre for the second stint. Where's Dynamic Racing? He's already down at the hairpin. And there is, who's that? That is Freddie. And then P2 right now is Schmidt. A great race for him so far. I believe he is a reserve driver, actually. So a great race from him. Wesley in P4 now. But now Freddie has pit. Where's Freddie? Yeah, Freddie's already there. So Wesley has lost a ton of time. And that is not good. Oh, what is Phil? You have no tyres, mate. Right then, I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to have one more screenshot, because that is fascinating stuff. One more for the clout. What? He's on no wheels. He is on no wheels. This Keelan is trying to get past him. Let's have a look at the graphic. Phil has got no tyres on. You know when you say, oh, I've got no tyres on the car. Basically, your tyres are gone. His tyres are actually gone. They're not there anymore. They don't exist. Phil's just driving on, well, he's levitating. He's not even driving, he's just levitating. He's in a new sport. And he's somehow still getting gravel, getting picked up on his imaginary tyres. And he's still getting grip somehow. This is beyond my knowledge. Does it say he's got tyres on his car? He actually does have tyres on his car, apparently. But this is very weird. He doesn't own tyres. This is very peculiar. and nothing, I've got to be honest, I've ever seen before. Dynamic Racing now comes out of the pits, and he is how far ahead of Fretty? It's actually not as much as I would have thought, actually. No, it's 9 seconds, it's 8 seconds coming out of the pits. So Fretty's actually gained time in the last lap, but Dynamic Racing, I can have a feeling, will extend that as Schmidt and Keelan both come into the pits. Keelan with 92% fuel. Hang on. He's on new tyres. Why is he coming into the pits? Why is he coming to the pits? What's he doing? He's gone onto the medium compound tyres, and I have no clue why. Is he doing donuts or something? I have no clue, but this is an unexpected move. It's an unexpected item in the bagging area, basically. Gap's now 9 seconds now between Fretty and Dynamic Racing as he's coming back up to speed. Wesley somehow has got himself back up into third. P4 and P5 is being contested between Schmidt and Phil. Phil obviously having his off earlier in the race, so it's going to be a good battle to see, as we know that Phil is probably a bit quicker than Schmidt at the moment, as Phil did qualify ahead of Schmidt, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. Lap 12 now, 16 minutes to go in the session, and then it shall be the end of the session. And so we're expecting a finish around about, if we get this right, so 16 minutes from now, around about 12-13 past will be the end of the race. As yeah. But anyway, having a bit of a break, just to have a browse of social media. But oh my god, there's another battle. It's between Philip and Alex. They're back where they belong, basically glued to each other. As these two are having a race of their own. It's actually pretty good to see. Those two are having a good battle. But it looks like Schmidt and Phil are getting quite close to the back of each other, as well as the bottom two at the back of the grid. It's only 7/10 of a second. It's just gone up to 8 because of that little mistake by Phil there. I'm not sure if I can see the same thing as you. I'm having a bit of a timing screen issue. See some people with some weird times at the moment. Breaking now down into the hairpin. Oh, Philip's gone way deep. Why am I saying hairpin? Into the chicane. Philip's gone way deep in there and has lost a bit of time to the back of Alex. Philip though, going through the final corner now, running a bit wide out of it, and the gap is just over a second now. 1.1 seconds between the two drivers. Let's have a look at the gap between Schmidt and also Phil. Schmidt just ahead of Phil. Phil without any tyres on his car, apparently. I don't know why that is. But anyway, Schmidt now coming through towards the end of the Schumacher races. And you can see in the virtual mirror at the top, Phil can confirm he owns no tyres. And imagine if he got the win, just seeing him on the podium without a tyre would be quite funny. Let's just say that. That would be a funny thing to see. But anyway, now coming down into the chicane once again. Gap's only 7/10 of a second between these two. And let's go to an off-board to see this beauty in action again without any tyres. Because that's all what we want to see. No tyres on the car. Because who actually likes tyres, in fairness? Like tyres, they should just go to the dump there. They're bad for the environment. And Phil's showing us how they should be done. All cars should be levitating by now. It's a fact. And does he have tyres back? No, he doesn't. Alpha versus Ford without any tyres. It's a nice battle to see on our screen, as Phil's actually had a much better exit, it looks like, than Schmidt out of that corner. We'll have a look and keep updates on the battle. 12 seconds is a gap, showing Dynamic Racing's full on power. As Wesley, what's the gap now? It's 25 seconds between these two. And Wesley still hasn't got rid of his penalty, and I don't know why. He's on his own. So what's the gap at the back? It's a 2-second gap now, as Phillips lost a bit of time to the back of Alex, and now the main real battle is this Phil versus Schmidt battle coming through towards the hairpin now with 12 minutes of the session to go. Don't know what this glitch is. We always seem to be enhanced with a glitch at some point, and today it's the no wheels glitch. But anyway, down towards the chicane. We'll Phil trying around the outside, maybe not at the moment, but Schmidt's gonna have to go defensive into this corner, maybe into the next few corners. Phil will be able to have a better one as Wesley's now out of fuel, and this could demote him down a few places. The gap was 10 seconds, and a pit stop takes around 28, I want to say, maybe 30 seconds. So he's going to have to close up a lot of time if he wants to get anywhere. But Phil now with Schmidt coming around towards turn number 1. And at the moment, side by side. Phil with no tyres at the moment. Oh, Schmidt's had a better exit than Phil. And at the moment, I'm going to have to break the news, lads. There's going to be no podium interviews at the end of this race. I can't spell this. This race. Sorry, lads. As I do need to go somewhere for a few minutes after the race has finished, and I'll be back online. It's just a shame, but anyway, yeah. I said both podium issues. I meant no, but I think they understand what I'm trying to say there. As Wesley's disappeared. Wesley's gone. There's only 6 of us left. I don't know what's happened to Wesley. He may have to go or something. No, Wesley's there. Who's left? Keelan's left. Where's Keelan gone? Where's Keelan gone? Keelan's just disappeared into the bloody... Keelan, why would you leave? Like, oh, right, we're going to have to see what the comments are saying. Let's have a look, pop up YouTube on my phone, and that is still a battle happening. Is that, yes it is. Sorry, CBA driving a car that doesn't feel the same. Oh, okay, so Keelan's not happy with his car, and that's why he hasn't been able to finish the race with his car, but that's understandable. If he doesn't feel like racing, that is absolutely fine, but it would have been nice to see him come to the end. But yeah, it's sometimes it's just not the best for the drivers, but at least we're still seeing battles on track. As oh, flip Fretty. Don't know why you're saying Fretty. He's on his own. Nicky, he's on his own. He's completely alone. Don't know what your point proving here was. He's here. Fretty's not left. The Toyota's a cheat car. Fretty does not do mistakes. Fretty. He's doing a great job. Ah! Oh dear, I'm stupid, lads. I probably need to get a brain check or something of some kind. But let's have a look at Phil and Schmidt. The gap is only 6/10, and this looks like the battle that we will see to the end of the race. 8 minutes to go now. Down in the inside there, just defending his position as much as possible, Schmidt, making sure that Phil can't make it around the outside. I was quickly checking my phone there, sorry for that, but Phil's lost actually a bit of time from some great defending by Schmidt there to to keep his position. We all know he's called Shane, but I'm calling him Schmidt because he absolutely hates it. And actually, I'm going to call him Sean because he hates that as well. Hi, Sean. As Wesley go on, you know, Wesley's closing the gap, but I don't think he'll be able to close it enough to do anything on track. This is the only battle. As Phil is coming to the pits. Has he run out of fuel? He has run out of fuel. So he's underestimated the fuel they would need to bring on board for this stint. And now he's on his own. And he's got so much fuel left to submit. Is anyone else struggling with fuel? Everyone else is fine on fuel. So Phil's just made the grand mistake. He's under-fueled his car 7 minutes. So that's about 4 laps under-fueled. And now Wesley's completely lost all of it. And now he's down. Not Wesley, sorry. Phil has lost it all. And is now down in P5 as Wesley has now got past him. Granted, he's now a minute behind, but still. Gap between last and first there. So Dunno Racing's actually overtaken Philip now. Something's happened to Philip. I think he may have gone into the pits of some kind. As now that gap is completely gone. As Dunno Racing is now 16. As you know, hang on, I'm going to wait for it. Waiting as we edge around the final corner. Will it go? Actually, no, it's decreasing actually, but almost 17 seconds for Dunno Racing. A great lead he's got there. And everyone's now spread out now. So let's have a look once again. Let's go livery review and then helmet review. We'll go livery review first. Dunno Racing, his car's just absolutely amazing. It looks beautiful. M6 with that just does look amazing. I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. Fretty, beautiful livery as well as he's overtaken Philip now due to blue flags. That's also a beautiful livery with his own little detailing on it to do with himself and his own racing, like, I don't know if you can call it team, but him and his dad do race apparently, so they race together, so that's nice to see that he's added that to his GT Sport car. I'm going to give that another 9 out of 10. Schmidt, very simple but effective, I'm going to say. A very nice green livery with a few what are they bloody called? A few sponsorships on the side. I believe one of them's actually Short's dad's company. I don't know, Kendall Developments maybe. I don't know. I'm going to give that an 7.5 out of 10. Wesley at Subaru gets a 10 instantly. I don't even care. Phil, beautiful livery. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Alex has a very nice livery as well. I don't know if it's created or not. That's also nice. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. And Philip, it's Philip. I'm going to give it I'm going to say a 6 out of 10. It's nice, but could be better. A bit more colour variation would be nice to see. Let's go. Oh, as Philip goes wide actually through there. Let's go on to helmets now. As Keelan's now completely left the room. Dunno Racing with a helmet to match his car. Beautiful helmet actually. And I'm going to have to give that another 9 out of 10. Beautiful helmet there. Fretty's kept the same helmet for a few races now. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Nice helmet there. Third Schmidt. That's actually a very nice helmet. It's got a bit of GT Super Formula and all that on the side. Kendall Developments on the side. That's a very nice helmet as well. Wesley, he's gone for a bit of a GT Sport helmet. It's matching his Subaru colour, so I'm going to give that a 6 out of 10. Schmidt, by the way, I give yours a 7, but not really any variation. Phil, what's Phil's looking like? Oh, actually, is that a watch on the side of it? I've got a 9 out of 10. That's a beautiful design. And then after that, it's Alex. I think that's meant to be louder, maybe? Something like that. It's a very nice livery as well as he's been blue flagged now. As I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Dunno Racing is coming up behind him. And then Philip, what's his helmet looking like? What's Philip's helmet? It's a bit simple. It's the Croatian colours. We'll give it a 7 out of 10. And we've got another comment. Do we? Who's your favourite driver? Are you talking in real life or on the track right now? Are you talking on the track or right now? Are you talking on the track or actual drivers? I'd like to know. But Philip is actually staying on. Yes, Philip. Philip's actually staying to the back of Fretty here. Let's have a look at let's have a look at tyres. So Phillips he's got much better tyres than Fretti in front of him. Track right now, my favourite driver on track right now, I'm going to say, just because he's got the RLH in his name, it's got to be Freddie, and then I'm going to have to say Schmidt, then Wesley, then Dynamic Racing. I'm not going to say the bottom three, that's just not nice to say, as Philip is, all due respect to him, keeping on to the back of Fretti. Like, that is something, isn't it, from Philip? That shows improvement during the race, as we're now coming to the end. Fretti, what are you doing? Just let him pass. Oh, Philip. Philip, he let you pass. Oh, Philip. Come on, man. He's let you pass, you just bottling. I'm feeling Fretti didn't want any pressure. Now he's been given absolutely zero pressure. We're now on lap 19. This will be the start, maybe, of some people's last lap. Who will be starting their last lap? People maybe, probably Wesley's last lap will be starting any moment now. So will Schmidt's in front of him. As well as I don't believe he'll be able to do a lap in time. So Dynamic Racing and Fretti probably have 2 laps left, and everyone else probably has 1 lap left of the race, and then that will be the end of it all. Because the waiting's on the wall. What am I saying? But we've got to give credits where credit's due. Dynamic Racing has absolutely shot everyone out of the park. 29 seconds. I don't think I've ever seen that before. A 30-second lead. I don't know what it is at Austria, but it must have been around the same. He is a dominant force in the league. And I wouldn't surprise him if we could see him maybe fighting Fretti for the title. But I don't know how late he did join, and I don't know how many points he's on at the moment, so I'm not really sure to say anything at the moment. Let's have a look at the comments on the stream. Sorry Lenny, but today I could not get the car to grip into corners. We're using so much shit. I never used to setup. I never used to setup either, but it's fine, Keelan. Dynamic Racing will be able to start 1 more lap. Keelan says fine, mate. You tried out, and obviously I believe again back into the groove of it. Okay, bye. As Nicky said something. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Keelan. Sadly, you won't get any points though because you left the race prior to it. But if you're not happy with the car, you're not happy with the car. People retire. Just say Romain Grosjean. No wheel is usually a black flag. Yeah. Has Phil still got no wheels in his car? Oh, Phil's got wheels! Woo! Phil's got wheels back. That's lovely to see. But anyway, Schmidt, I believe, will be the first one to cross the line for the last time, unless Fretti slow down. Fretti wants to do another lap. And actually, someone else will. Philip will be the first person to cross the line. He will finish in last, but oh, will he? He's doing 1 more lap. Woo! Yeah. Yeah, K-Mag in Canada. Schmidt will be the first person to cross the line then. He'll come home in P3. A very, very valiant effort from the Alpha driver there. P4 will be Phil's. Phil, he had a bit of a mistake. That probably cost him the podium, but a good result nonetheless for the driver in the Ford, who did have wheels for half of the race. Let's have a look at, shall we have a look at Dynamic Racing, Fretti. Fretti's actually closing up to Alex. Oh! Blocking a bit there. But Wesley, he could have been near the top. Wesley could have been so near. Is he out of the fuel? He's out of fuel. He could have been near the top, but sadly it wasn't for him today. He had a few offs, and that was the end for him. Sadly, Wesley will come home in P5 with a very, very slow lap time, as he did run out of fuel. But Dynamic Racing now coming around the final corner for the final time. He will come home once again and win once again, and flash his lights, and Dynamic Racing has won the Nurburgring Grand Prix. Great race for Dynamic Racing there. What a result for him. And looks like a bit of a train here. 6th, 7th and 1st. No, yeah, 6th, 7th and 1st, but 2nd even. Yeah, no, so Fretti, oh jeez, that's a spazzy moment. Yeah, so Fretti now coming to the line. He will come home in P2. Great points for him, that's what we want to see. for a driver. Again, just consistently good points as he comes to the line. Is he out of fuel? No, he's not out of fuel. He's weaving across the line. He's happy with the P2. Alex will be happy that he's beating Philip across the line. Those two had a good battle during the race and across the line. And that's the end of the session. Dynamic Racing is your winner today. And a good result there. And the victory. Congratulations to Dynamic Racing. A great result from him. Getting the win today. Beautiful race. And that's the end for him. And that is the end of the stream as well. It's 8:15. And I need to go somewhere very quickly. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. And goodbye.